Welcome back, everyone. The second hour of Sound K has started. Stay with me for the another hour and learn about everything that's happening in the Korean rock music industry through our corner titled Rockin' R-O-K, Rock of Korea. So get ready to meet our guests in just a bit. Let's start part 2 of Sound K with a song by Vanilla Acoustic called 대화가 필요해. We need to talk. Rockin' R-O-K. There are many legendary rock groups in Korea, and more people are showing a lot of interest in this genre. If you're one of them, then this corner on Sound K is right up your alley. We have 2 musicians in the studio with me. We have Yeom Seung-shik, aka Yeom Guitar, who is a guitarist of the rock group GateFlowers. And we also have Chang, who has been a musician for a long time and is now active as a music producer. Hello, everyone.
Hello.
Hi.
Hello. How was your week?
A little warmer than the last.
Definitely.
Not for me, though.
Really? Why not?
How's your cold, Jake?
Well, I was very mad this morning. The weather reporter, she said, and I was mad at myself, too, because she said, oh, the temperature's going up, so it's warmer now. So really? So I just wear a little lighter clothes, and the one step out of my building, it froze. I was
Freezing.
And then just realized I'm living in Southern California for 20 years. So their standard of getting warm and my standard of getting warm was completely different.
I can totally understand because where I used to live, we would never go below 0 degrees.
That's right. Yeah.
I'm used to this.
And you're used to it, but you're
I'm
saying
so
it's
used
very
to it.
cold.
It's still cold. I don't know. Maybe I'm just getting older. I think that's why. You know?
I shouldn't laugh at that, but it is funny.
Oh, yeah. Thank you.
You're still in your prime, so you're good.
Yeah.
Thank
We're
you,
not
too.
old. Anyway, I must admit it is a little bit warmer than that week we had when every day was below minus 10 degrees. That was horrible. I'm kind of warm, actually. I think I am really getting used to this Korean winter now. Jake?
Well, I will get used to it.
I think so. It hasn't been that long for you in Korea. It has
Well, this
been
is the
quite a while for
first
me.
real winter for me, and first time in 20 years.
Wait, does that mean you haven't seen snow for a long time?
There's snow up in Northern California, but you know, I had 50 t-shirts, 10 shorts, 10 slacks, 2 jeans, and 1 jacket. So that's not gonna work here now.
Then you would have been like a ball rolling around from place to place. All right, enough talk about the weather. We actually did talk about the punk rock group Crying Out and No Brain last week. So which groups are we going to talk about today?
Today it'll be a little different. You know that saying, the tip of the iceberg, right? The iceberg looks small floating in the ocean, but the total bulk itself is enormous, and around 90% of it is underwater, right?
Right.
So I wonder how long it will take for such a bulk to freeze into a solid state. Maybe, I don't know, dozens of years, several hundred years? It should take much more than that.
A long time.
I know I started things off a little in a grand way, but that's because the group we'll be talking about today has debuted 23 years ago. And showed us only a bit of themselves.
Oh.
And is a group that definitely show their passion for music.
Wow, I definitely haven't seen a rock group who has been active for 23 years, so over 2 decades. But it is quite interesting that you said they haven't showed a lot of themselves.
That's right. That's probably this group is considered a very special rock group.
Okay.
Some lavishly praise this group. They were huge in the 90s, saying that it's a group that rivals the Irish group U2. Some people say. And we would like to talk about Black Hole.
Okay, Black Hole. They have been around for a long time. So tell us about Black Hole.
Okay, Black Hole has started out in 1985. And they were actually a school band in Gangnam University. And the band was formed around Ju Sang-gyun, the guitarist and vocalist. And during that time, the lineup was Jo Myung-ho, the bassist, and Kim Tae, the keyboardist, and Kim Woo-tae, the drummer. And in the early days, the band would do covers and practice of the music of, the Black Sabbath, UFO, those, hard rock, heavy metal group.
Right.
And they did some Gamma Ray covers and Halloween too.
Oh,
There's some
okay.
similarities between those bands. And Black Hole participated in the Myeongdong Music Festival.
Oh,
And
right.
at that time, they caught the eye of Buhar's manager. And that's how they started preparing their debut album.
Oh, so they were basically performing before they even had a debut album.
A lot of bands, they don't just start out in a label, right? They start out as a friend, and they do some shows, and if they like Black Hole, if they caught the eye of some famous people, in the industry, and they're lucky. But if they don't, they should keep doing whatever they are doing. So if they're lucky, they get cut again.
Okay, so tell us about their album.
Their debut album came out in 1989.
Yeah.
And it was called The Miracle. And the title song of the album, 깊은 밤의 서정곡, the lyrical song of the Midnight, it received quite a nice reviews. And the group solidified their position in the music scene. So
Okay.
깊은 밤의 서정곡 is like, if you think of a black hole, that's the song.
Oh, this song. And that was like from their debut album. Wow.
And later on the songs 녹두꽃 필 때, When Mugbeam Flowers Grow, and 바벨탑의 전설, Legend of the Tower of Babel, from their second album,
Okay.
Survive, released in 1991 and became a huge hit as well.
Oh, right. So did they have some changes in the lineup?
Actually the drummer Kim Eung-yoon, he left the group when they're pretty famous in November 1992. And he joined another group called 거북선, Turtle Ship. And then he rejoined Black Hole in the August of 1993. And he was I don't know, Jake, do you know about this band, right?
Oh,
Like,
yes.
for a
Black
long
Hole?
time.
Yeah.
Tell
I
us-
opened
tell us.
for Black Hole for several years. Year and a half. Yeah,
Okay.
early 90s.
So this person left this group in 1992 and then he came back in 1993.
That's right. And I talked to Jake, and he knew quite about those bands back then. This,
Okay. Could you tell us a little bit more
Yeah,
about the members?
sure. We're talking about Kim Eung-yoon, the drummer. He's known as Human Machine Gun.
Oh,
Yeah, he's enormous. He's genius drummer.
okay.
I still remember back in 92, I went to the rehearsal studio, and I heard some machine gun, literally like machine gun. So I was wondering, the 7 rooms in the rehearsal studio. So I just found the room number 7. I still remember that. Opened the door, the little tiny boy playing the drum.
Oh.
And he sounded like this, hey, how are you? Really, like that. Little boy, tiny, like 4 feet, 5 feet, really small guy. And then he introduced himself. And then, hey, I'm Eung-yoon, what's your name? Kind of like that, really. So, I'm Jake, how are you? And then, I'm the drummer for Black Hole. Yeah, right.
Yeah, he doesn't have that figure of rock drummer.
Oh, I see. But he is very, very talented.
Very talented.
Is he young as well, or is he just short?
Both. Short. It looks
And
really
young.
little boy. Back then I was
Oh.
20, he was 24. And then a very interesting thing about this drummer, he's a handicapped guy.
Oh, really?
Yeah, intellectual disability.
Oh, right.
Yeah, he can make any decision.
Oh.
So, he's a genius. All this ability, all this talent on playing drums.
Right.
It's
That's
just like
very
machine.
interesting.
Yeah, and he's a genius guy. Yeah.
Wow. So how many albums do this group have?
They have altogether 8 albums, and after the third album, Black Hole, they released the 4th album, Made in Korea, in 1995, and the 5th album, City Life Story, in 1996, and The Way in 1998, and 7th album came out in 2000, was called Seven Signs, and lastly, the 8th album came out in 2005, was called The Hero.
That's still a long time ago, right?
Yeah, but
8 years now.
But for a band in Korea to release 8 albums, it's not easy. They're still playing these days. I mean,
Right.
they had several shows last year, their own concerts, and I heard they're preparing for their another album. So it should be 9th album this year.
Oh, in 2013.
2013, exactly.
Exciting.
So Black Hole's 8th album, the last album they have out right now, apparently that was very important for them.
Oh yes, Black Hole's 8th album, Hero, was awarded the Best Rock Album Award at the 3rd Korean Music Awards ceremony, which is a Korean Music Award is very musically prestigious in Korea. My band GateFlowers has actually earned Best New Artist of the Year and Best Single of the Year 2 years
And
ago.
Yeom's blushing.
Yeah, I mean we're very. It's an honor to win this award.
Oh, yeah,
So
definitely,
I just wanted
definitely.
to tell the listeners that
Yeah, you should boast things like that. And very congratulations for your award.
Oh,
A
thank
huge
you.
congratulations.
Yeah, it's been 2 years, so
Still,
thank you.
to
Thank
have
you.
one under your belt is huge.
Thank you. Yeah, actually, the trophy is a big square metal thing. It's
Wait,
really
do you
heavy.
get trophies each, or do you get one for the whole group?
We get one for the whole group.
Oh.
But we got 2, so we just need 2 more.
Oh,
so we can just share.
That's good.
Yes, we're
like, I'm getting the best rock group award.
Yeah.
You can take the best song.
That's right.
Yeah, that'll be cool.
So apparently this last album by Black Hole, it was kind of a stepping stone for them to debut in the United States. You know about this, Jake?
Definitely, yeah. When Black Hole came to America, I was in California, and I just got one phone call 3 in the morning. One of the band members from Black Hole.
Oh.
Jake, we're coming.
Oh, wow.
I was like literally crying because this band is really special to me. This band opened the door for me to become a mainstream rocker, and I met Shindacho through these guys. So I released one album a long time ago. So I was really happy, and they came, and I was very curious at the time. Black Hole is not just a rock band; they're a speed metal band. Double bass, driving guitar. There's no rest. There's no place to breathe.
Oh, right.
Yeah, driving hard, really fast-paced music. So, and they came to America.
So how was the response?
They took some criticism. Some critics says good. Some people said they're awesome, they're bad. But it's typical thing for the band.
Right, of course. You
And
always get mixed responses.
I would say they had some success because BC Rich, which is well-known metal guitar. You play metal, you play either Jackson guitar or BC Rich guitar.
Okay.
You don't play Fender, you don't play Gibson.
Okay.
Like rock and roll, you play that, the metal. BC Rich represent heavy metal. And Black Hole got endorsement.
Oh.
That was huge. I was in shock. I was so extremely happy for them.
So
They got the BC Rich
yeah.
endorsement.
they're acknowledging their talents.
Exactly. So I think, to be honest with you, they didn't get huge success, but I think they did pretty good.
At least they got something out of it.
For a really huge thing, yeah.
Right. So I think it is actually time to listen to one of the songs by Black Hole. Should we listen to their debut song?
Oh, yes.
Would you like to introduce it, Jake?
Right. Let's listen to 깊은 밤의 서정곡, lyrical Song of Midnight from their debut album.
That song we just played for you was 깊은 밤의 서정곡, lyrical song of Midnight by Black Hole. You're listening to our Rockin' ROK Rock of Korea segment today with Yeom Guitar and Jake Chang in our studio. And we are actually talking about Black Hole right now. This song, tell us a little bit more about this song, Yeom.
This song is a ballad, rock ballad, and it's got some beautiful guitar melody in between, in the beginning, in the middle, and at the end.
Right.
And to play like this, you need such huge amount of time, practice, lots of practice, and I think this is one of the best guitar solos in Korean rock history.
Right. So what are your thoughts on this, Jake?
Well, one word, money. They made a lot of money with this music.
All right.
Huge hit. And like I said, I opened for Black Hole several times. And when the mood was in peak, Black Hole Jusangyeon just quiet for like 5 minutes. And then no announcement, no talking, nothing. All of a sudden, just music started. People got crazy.
I can see
Oh
how
my
they
God,
would
I
be.
still remember. Yeah.
Wow, so they were huge right from the start when they had the debut song.
Yeah, they sell a lot of records. Cassette tape back then. Record and cassette tape. I heard they made pretty good money.
I have to ask you this then. Were they always very successful with every album?
Well, first album was first album, so pretty much new album, new music for Koreans, speed metal and ballad song. I believe more than 60-70% of their album got successful.
Ooh, that's quite a lot.
Yeah, second album
That's
was
a huge
hit.
success.
Yes.
Okay. Then I have to ask you a basic question now. Why are they called Black Hole?
Sang-kyun said, the leader and the guitarist and the vocalist, he said his high school friend suggested the name.
Oh.
And if they, created a band in the future, they would just call it Black Hole. That's Sang-kyun's thought. So he named the band Black Hole. And also in one interview, Sang-kyun said, the meaning behind black hole is like this. It's a region that can control space and full of energy. And it's out there somewhere, but can't be seen. So it's mysterious. So he wanted to have a band like that. So they might appear on TV appearances, but they won't just disappear suddenly.
Right.
So, just concentrate on what they're doing and just, keep doing their music.
I'm sensing that the meaning of their name, Black Hole, might have to be changed a little bit now because you can see black hole through NASA. And it does suck in everything. So I was actually thinking, it's like black hole. It sucks in all the fans, all the attention, all the fame, everything like that, into them with their music. That's a good meaning too, don't you think, Jake?
I love that.
And they actually were huge back then in the 90s, right? I mean, they used to fill out like 5,000 seat venues in Busan or like other areas, right?
Yeah,
They
they
were
were
great.
amazing back then.
Okay, I am definitely sensing that this group is just a huge, huge group in the rock genre. And because they have been together for such a long time, I'm sensing that they're really, really close as well, the members. Also, I have to say, there might have been a little bit of change or, I guess, a development, evolvement in their music.
Well, the one thing about Black Hole, you see the interview, the music, it's some bands, they change the music. Okay, the band was formed back in 85. And
Right.
it's 28 years together. Yeah, and then their album, you listen to, they have 8 official albums,
Right.
12 compilation live album, but you listen all the albums, they have one genre.
So it's never been changed musically.
Never, ever changed.
Right.
They're like Judas Priest.
It's very interesting because a lot of the musicians do actually alter their music so that it sort of fits the society at the time, what the people want. But they have been quite successful, as you said before, Jake. 70 to 80% of all of their albums have been successful. So this means that people still have that urge for this kind of music. And they're still doing the same thing.
Sure, Black Hole is underground music band. Speed metal never became mainstream music at all.
Oh.
Huge underground fans.
So I'm thinking there are a lot of, like we call them mania fans,
Headbangers like me.
Oh.
Yeah.
Well, the thing about those kind of fans is that they never go away. They'll be your fan forever.
Doesn't matter how old you are.
Exactly.
You're teenager, 20s, 30s, 40s, 50s. Doesn't matter.
Right. And I actually also heard that this is a group with very strong social beliefs.
Yeah, yes. Black Hole is very special in that they still have their rock spirit. Mm-hmm. I mean, they were famous and they make a lot of money, and quite a few bands they change their music style. Mm-hmm. You know, they do because they want to make more money. They want to be more famous.
Right.
But Black Hole, they just kept doing whatever they were doing, like especially their strong social beliefs. Mm-hmm. They criticized the society, and they came out with singles in 2000. Started in 2006 with Victoria Korea, Symbiotic Relationship, and in 2007, and they summarized the Korean modern history.
Right.
And there's also the supplementary song it's titled 일도가, and Liar in 2008, and the Press Depressed in 2009. They were all music, and the lyrics is all about the problems in society.
So a lot of political issues in their songs.
Political issues too. And they made appearances with political march and maybe demonstration too. Oh. And the musicians don't want to be there because they want to be political.
Right.
It's very sometimes dangerous in especially in Korea.
Right.
If you say make some political movement or political ideas, the media don't really like that.
Of course, because you might have fans who believe something totally different from you, right? So that could also mean that you're losing some fans at the same time.
But for a rock band, I think you need that.
You need that strong belief, you think?
Believe with social problems and etc., right? You have to speak out. That's the spirit of rock, I think.
That's true, but don't you feel that maybe a little bit more that rock groups tend to do this a lot more than the other genres? They tend to make a scene with a lot of political and social issues rather than, right, say ballad singers.
Ballads and love ballads. Yeah, because rock music itself is about, freedom and justice, things like that. And they can't just stand it.
Right.
That's how rock music started, I think.
And Jake, you totally agree with Yeom Guitar on this?
Oh, yes, of course.
So rock is basically, not basically, it just has a base on, issues that we live in every day.
Pretty much, don't tell me what to do.
Oh, right. Rebellious.
This is what I do.
Okay.
Yeah, so this is the
repression.
attitude of rock and roll.
Yeah, I'm always thinking, you have that image when you think of rock. Back in the United States, people like waving the flag around, things like that.
Yep.
So that is totally rock.
Totally rock. And, in Korean rock bands, they have pretty much the same attitude.
That is true. That is true. So which song are we going to listen to next?
We're going to listen to the song called 바람을 타고, Going with the Wind, from their album City Life Story. Released in 1996. In the prelude of the song, it talks about Black Hole's distinct style of rock, Go with the Wind, and that's probably the style of rock this group strives for.
Although I have to say that going with the wind, going with the flow seems a little bit different from some rock group that would be very strong about social and political issues, right? Well, why don't we listen to this song right now? It's called 바람을 타고, Going with the Wind by Black Hole.
저요? 낮엔 일하죠. 가스 배달해요. 전 음식점에서 일해요. 자유롭게 살고 싶어요. 아무것도 부럽지 않게요. 바람처럼 달리는 거죠.
That song we just played for you was 바람을 타고, Going with the Wind by Black Hole. And you're listening to our Rockin' ROK, Rock of Korea, with our guests, Jake Chang and Yeom Guitar in our studio right now. And after listening to that song, I actually know now what they're talking about, Going with the Wind. They're talking about freedom.
Yes.
Right? The freedom to do what you want to do.
Yep.
Okay. And Jake's like, yeah, that's right.
Yeah, let the river flow.
And they came out in the 80s, this group called Black Hole. They're continuing on with their music, all their activities, and I believe they're doing concerts as well.
Oh yeah, I mean it's not easy for a band that's has been 20 some years in Korea, where rock band is still considered as underground music, right? Last year they filled some few hundred venues easily.
Wow.
And there were several. So, I mean, if you don't have such a great musical talent or musical, I would say, specialty, you can't just survive for 20 years.
That's very true. And it's been approximately 7 to 8 years since their last album. But
Exactly.
I guess so they're a group who actually is more just focused on performing.
I mean, for a band, the live performance is the most important thing. I mean, the music, like singles and recording album is important too, but you have to show yourself on stage and you just have to make people go crazy.
That is correct. That is very true. But I believe you guys brought a different song for tonight as well.
Yes, this next group we're gonna introduce to you is it's similar in genre to Black Hole. It's a rock group. But the whole music color and atmosphere is very different. It's a female duo that's gaining a lot of fame these days.
Okay, female and doing rock. So you are thinking of maybe like Yojo, Taru, Lala
Taju, sorry. Lala Sweet, Taru, Yojo. This band is called the J-Rabbit.
J-Rabbit. I have heard about J-Rabbit. Tell us more about this group.
They got a major fame these days. It's a female duo group with performer Jung Daun and vocalist Jung Hae-sun. And both of them have the last name Chang. So that's represented by the J, and both are born in the year of the rabbit. They're born in 1987, so that's Tokiti, right?
Right, the year of the rabbit.
So the rabbit, so J Rabbit debuted in 2010 with their single album titled Take One. And the recording clip of the two songs, 요즘 너 말이야, These Days You, and 내일을 묻는다, Ask Tomorrow, had over 600,000 online views.
Wow.
That's almost as big as the idol band's views on the internet, right? And making them, so it was the single that made them become really sensational last year in 2010.
Yeah.
And the cute features and clear melody give out a feel-good energy. And at the moment, J-Rabbit is very active. And they just recently released their second album called Looking Around.
The name is really cute, J and Rabbit, J-Rabbit. I think I actually saw them a few days ago on TV. They were performing for this TV program that specializes in live music. So I know that they're cute and their songs are kind of cute as well, right?
That's right.
So how would you describe their songs?
Just, cute little songs, very melodic and upbeat rhythms, just fresh music. And you listen to it and you feel happy.
Right. So Jake, are you into this kind of song?
Well, this music is like grab your soda, pour it into your glass, and put some pepper on it. And drink it.
Oh.
I think that's their music.
So that doesn't mean you like it, right?
I like it, yeah. A little different, but really good.
Right. But if you had to choose one, you had to choose, the speed metal rock group or the very cute, sweet music rock group.
10 years ago, if you asked me the same question, I would go for speed metal.
Oh, but not now?
But now, I kind of like this kind of music too.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I'm getting old.
That's seems to be a very common theme on our
Instead of
Rockin'
same
RFA.
spirit.
Yeah, we have enough, have had enough of speed metal, heavy metal, hard rock. You need some little
Yeah, I need
sweet
some
candies,
soda with
right?
some pepper.
Yeah. Take
Well,
some
does
time
that
on it.
mean that sometimes now you'd listen to very, very heavy metal and think, that's kind of noisy?
Well, I never thought metal like Pantera, Judas Priest, even Black Hole was not really noisy. But sometimes it's really different occasion. But sometimes it sounds a little noisy to me, but in a good way. Yeah, but I don't want to go for details. But
Right, of course. But I just mentioned that because I heard somebody say that there is really no music in genres in music. Or you can, it's basically, that's just index for people running music shops. And the two genres we should have is good music and bad music.
exactly, like fat people like me, skinny people like you guys, we're all human beings. I like that.
Right.
And we're all great people.
So I'm sure because we do listen to a lot of music and we do say often every day, ordinary people say that's bad music, that's good music. So for you who is a huge fan of just rock music,
Right.
there are some, bad rock music as well, right?
I heard. Yeah, I can't really say there's no bad band at all, but I heard some pretty terrible band. I saw and I heard some horrible bands, but sometimes you go to restaurant and you try this food, it's
Right.
really delicious. Sometimes you go some unknown restaurant, it's pretty bad.
Yeah.
Yeah, but those bad bands, they have chance and get better, I believe.
That's true. There's room for improvement for everyone.
Exactly.
That's right. We do have to listen to a song by J Rabbit now. Which song are we going to listen to?
It's the love song called Talking About Love. That is in the soundtrack of the drama 이웃집 고민남, The Pretty Boy Next Door.
Oh.
So we're going to listen to this song.
All right, we're going to listen to a sweet song by J Rabbit. And at the same time, we are actually going to let these two guys out of our studio. So thank you for all your information today.
Thank you.
Thank you.
See you next week.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Here is a song by J Rabbit called Talking About Love.